I'm Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Friends at Gameology, hosted by MoonlightCrew.com.
Reviews for science.
In 7 minutes or less. Camel Up. Camel Up is a betting game. It makes me think of Colossal Arena in that sense, except instead of betting on monsters in a fight, you're betting on camels in a race. So we got these really cool wooden camel figures, and they stack on top of each other. Maybe that's why it's called Camel Up. So, to win the game, you try to get the most Egyptian pounds, and they've come in a couple different currencies or values here. And whoever has the most at the end of the game wins. There are lots of different ways to score points. Whenever you roll a die, but whenever you want, it's really cool. You shake this pyramid, place it face down, push a little tab on the side, and out comes a 3. So the orange camel moves 1, 2, 3, and you get a point for having use the pyramid. So that's one way to get points. You can also, as the one action you're allowed to take on your turn, just take any one of these cards and say, you know what, I think the white camel is going to win this leg of the race, and if it does, I get 5 points. If it comes in second, I get 1 point, but if it comes in any of the other places, I lose a point. So that's a different way you can get points, and there's the 5 different colors of camels to bet on. But speaking of betting, you can also take these colored cards in your hand, and you can say, I think, oops, thank you. These cards in your hand here, you can say, I think that the blue camel is going to come in first. Then later on a different turn, I can say, I think the green camel is going to come in last. And then you can earn different values of points if you are right, and if someone was right, if someone was correct before you, or if someone was correct behind you or after you. So that's pretty much the game. Let's talk simplicity versus complexity.
This game, yeah, we pretty much explained the game. You can do 3 things on your turn, 3 or 4 things on your turn. Bet here, take one of these, or move the camel. Or place this. So that's 4 things. Yeah, this is it'll move the camels up 1 if they land on it, or back 1, and you get a point if they do. So you get to do 4 things in your turn. So pretty simple, but it is I say the strategy is a little bit complex because look, this guy right here, he looks like he's losing. Right, but then he just rolled a 3. Now he's on top and he's not losing anymore. Blue is because blue's on the bottom, and so if you can see that, so I think it's a medium game. It's definitely not complex. Maybe not even medium. Maybe it's a simpler game.
I think it's pretty simple. Maybe akin to a push your luck game. Not exactly a push your luck game, but
yeah.
There's so many decisions to make early that you couldn't possibly know just from the outset which of these camels is going to win and which is going to lose. But it's important that you get your bet in the correct bet the earliest. So you're taking a
points.
You're taking a big gamble. Yeah. So I think it's pretty simple, and it's akin to a push your luck element type of game. Luck versus strategy.
I would say this game has a lot of luck because you're dealing with die rolls. Gosh, Tom just said it and I forget. Okay. And so you're dealing with it, and there's a lot of luck in that. Which one of these 5 is going to roll first? If orange is rolled first, it is no longer last place. It cannot be last place in this leg of the race. But if it's rolled last, it could be last. I mean, there's just so much. And what number? There's a 1, 2, or 3. That's what. If it's rolled a 1, then it's still last place, and it's going to be last place. So I think there's a lot of luck in this. But there is some strategy. If you place this, granted, I found that the first person to place this, so usually like the first player of the leg, had the best option. And so that was luck then too, who ended it. So then the next person goes first in the next leg. So I think it's a lot of luck. But there is some push your luck strategy, I guess. You know, when are you going to put that card down, or what are you going to take one of these hoping? So there is some kind of strategy in how you can manipulate a little bit.
I think this game is largely random. It's a very luck-based game. There are some strategies that you can apply to the game, but I mean, I think this is more for a lighter crowd, a crowd that likes the lighter games, and it's more of a filler to me than most anything. I don't think there's very deep strategy here.
Yeah.
That said, despite it being kind of random and lucky, the strategy of where to place your pieces and which pieces take is compelling. So, I mean, take that for what it's worth. This is a very lucky game, but the strategy, or like it's a random game, but the strategy that exists is compelling. Fun versus boring. I think it's pretty fun. To me, like I said, it's a filler. It's not something that I would pull out all the time. But I mean, it goes up to 8 players, and
Yeah.
that's something. And what's cool, and I think Jamie Stegmaier said this in a video I just watched, is that you are not the camel.
Yeah.
There's a race here,
Yeah.
and you have a camel in the race, but you aren't that camel.
Yeah.
You're betting on the camel, and where it ends up, if you can just abandon your bets and go somewhere else and start playing a different camel
Yeah.
because they lost that leg of the race, you can switch to a new one.
Because you can put 2 in the same.
You can say this one or this one will win.
Yeah.
So it's fun, and I don't know that there's a ton of downtime here.
I would say the same. I think it's fun. I think the more players for me though that you have, the more chance you have of taking too long on this game. Like for me, it overstays welcome a little bit because I do want it to be that filler, like Tom said, and so it's fun. I get stressed in this game, but because it's a push your luck game, and you always get stressed. So, but it's fun. BGG rating, I would give us a 7.
Wow.
7, 6.5, 7.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I'm going to say a 7. It's something that I'm generally willing to play. If someone suggests it, I'll play with them.
Yeah. If whenever we get to a multiple of 500 subscribers, I give away a free glitter painting. This one happens to be Tom's favorite, the Flash.
I love the Flash.
So, of your favorite superhero icon, if you're a subscriber. So you know what that means is that you need to subscribe.
Because it could be you that wins.
Camel Up. We've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.